taking over, that's a promise, not a threat.
Uppercut, season off top, you stop breathing.
So yeah, I mean, we're just gonna rattle off a couple of previews real quick. Like I said, it's this coming weekend too is just the best card is you have to catch it at 4 o'clock in the morning, and then the one that's at normal time is basically just trying to see if Berlanga will actually quote unquote succeed or actually knock somebody out, which he hasn't done in quite a while. You know, because Eddie's trying to get his money's worth from Edgar Berlanga. So, you know, apparently, because he didn't get knocked out in his last fight, so he just like, okay, look, I'm gonna go find this Irish kid, right? And I'm gonna need you to knock this dude out and start this knock KO streak because I need to be able to sell you to somebody. You know, like, and of course it's taking place in LB's home state, you know what I'm saying? Although not in his hometown, as I've learned, Orlando is a completely different place from where he lives. You know, so it's like we're taking him down there, you know, and right now I'm looking at FanDuel right now just to see what the prop is for a distance bet, because I think this it's like it might be fair money to even say he might go to distance again, you know, but clearly Eddie is like, okay, look, this is what we have to do. I just need you to get a first round stoppage or some stoppage. Like, this shouldn't go 12 rounds, which I think this is a 12 round fight too, which is wild for this.
Okay. Well, I mean, Berlanga's pretty highly ranked at a couple sanctioning bodies. I mean, I'm not saying
Berlanga.
Yeah, Berlanga.
Yeah, he for some reason he actually is. That's okay. Will the fight go to distance? No, plus 132. Yes, minus 168. That's actually pretty fucking wild. So that actually means you might actually, if you actually pick no, that might actually be a chance you might actually pick something up. I was actually thinking it might actually be on the plus side for yes, but you know. Damn. Yeah, no, but Berlanga. I mean, obviously we've talked. Berlanga. Someone recently told me that he was the Puerto Rican version of Jeff Lacey, and of course, naturally, I was insulted by that comparison because Lacey was that was my nigga right there. So I'm gonna need niggas to not badmouth Jeff Left Hook Lacey. That was my nigga. You know what I'm saying? He was a victim of unfortunate circumstances. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna need to. Yeah, Berlanga's just play out trash. Like, when you have
Berlanga's not even Munguia level, let alone Jeff Lacey. Like and salute the Henny guy. I see you in the chat. Rome will be back on Thursday because we're gonna have a music episode Thursday. And what up, Resby? Is there boxing tonight?
No, well, no. On Monday, no. We wouldn't be. If there was, we wouldn't be casting.
I guess we the only boxing tonight. So ring gang.
Yeah, no, Berlanga. When you have to resort to biting people in fights, and then you go 12 rounds with Jason Quigley, there's a good chance that you are big trash out here. Like you're super trash.
Berlanga.
Yeah, exactly. Like, who the fuck goes 12 rounds with Jason Quigley? Like, seriously. Like, what is this? Like, this is like, Berlanga needs to calm down. Like, So yeah, Eddie's trying to set him up, trying to build a star out of him because Berlanga signed when Canelo decided to leave. So,
dude, like if he couldn't get built up with Top Rank, it ain't gonna happen. Like I don't know what magic Eddie gonna do over there for Berlanga, but we'll see.
Yeah, no, but we'll see because obviously because Berlanga for whatever reason he still gets attention of the rappers and stuff like that. They still all rock with him. Like he's still something. But it's
he gets the shine Xander Zayas should be getting for some reason. But who knows?
Exactly. He doesn't even have Xander Zayas wins. I mean, good lord! Like his best win is still Damon Nicholson. He went he went the distance with him. And although he knocked him down 4 times, I mean, he tried to put him away, but it just wasn't happening that night, and he's never put away anyone like since. And then
that fight ruined him.
Yeah,
he ain't been the same since.
Yeah, yeah.
It took his confidence. Yeah.
And he's trying. He's 4 people that have gone that have been stopped before, and he's struggling with them. We all know Steve Rose should have gotten the nod against him. Angulo was giving him a harder fight than he should have. than he should have. Like, you know, and he resort to biting the nigga. Like, yeah, trash. And Quicker was actually competitive for a good part of the fight before he got tired. So it's like, what are we doing here? Like, yeah. So Eddie had to lower his competition. I was like, look, like these guys fighting for potatoes here. Like, I'm gonna need you to knock him out. Don't let him go the distance, because if he goes the distance, then what the fuck are you gonna do with him? Like, you can't put him in no ring with no high level 168 because he's gonna get destroyed. Shit. And the funny thing too, even with this fight coming on, like, out comes the clip of Erickson Lubin giving him the business and dropping him during the sparring session. So, so you get that with Berlanga. Like, that shit always circulates around the time that he fights. You know. Yeah. However, though, I mean, at least the co-main should be decent. You know, you got one Pablo Cesar Cano, who for some odd reason, that motherfucker is 34 years old. And you realize he's actually been in the fucking ring with, and he's still fighting.
Because he was fighting Eric Morales, the teenager, nigga.
Yeah, when he was a fucking teenager. Yeah, and Malinaji, and she was Shane Mosley's last real good win. He almost beat Mosley. Like, you know, he has, dude, and he.
I remember that fight was like on some Mexican network or some shit. That was a pure 7 rounds to 5 type of fight.
Hell yeah!
But yeah, Mosley had to dig deep for that shit.
Yeah, I remember too. It was probably one of the few times I said I was watching a stream online and I couldn't find no decent stream. All the streams were trash. Like, I was just like, and I was watching that shit like I was watching on some struggle shit, but I was able to make out the.
Yeah, you was watching it on the street, Tim. I don't know what. I don't think I had direct TV, but I was watching it on like real TV. Like, come to think of it, I might have been taping it. Like, that's the crazy part. Like,
the reason why I think the channel it was on, it wasn't available on my system. Yes, that one of the rare times I was like, fuck. So I had to go to the stream, and I was like, and all the streams were like really bad like streams. I was like, god damn it. I was not happy with that, you know. But either like Kato is, and he's only 34. Like, dude is still, he's not even old. Like, he's still in there though. But he's facing one Shakram Gyasov, who me and P had the unfortunate pleasure of watching him stinking out in New Orleans. You know, like, you know, in the co-main for Zaria and Prograis. Like, I don't know what the fuck his problem was that night, but neither of them niggas came to fight. So hopefully Kano. So I might put money on Kano actually trying to knocking him out. I want that to happen. Like, I really truly want that to fucking happen. Like, for that damn fight. Like, nah, you're not gonna go 12 rounds like that. And then we have Andy Cruz on there. You know, Andy. And funny thing too is like who he's facing is kind of low. It's like lower comp from his first two, but I figured, you know, fuck it. He's 2-0 with one knockout. You might as well get another knockout on there.
He gave a tough fight with Fierro on one of those Eddie Mack from Mexico cards. That guy.
Yeah, so, you know, but fuck it, you know, Andy Cruz on there. And then you also have a good bantamweight fight, too. Like, you have Jonathan Rodriguez, who's known for ending Cal Yafai's career by knocking him out in one his last time out. You know, facing Antonio Vargas, who, good. They're both 17-1. And like I said, that's actually a really good fight. So it's like I said, it's a decent card for Eddie, but it's just like Berlanga should not be main eventing against that. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, Eddie. Like, you gotta, you know, you signed the guy, you gotta do better. you can't be putting him, like, if you're trying to build him with the Canelo fight, you don't put him in there with a fucking Irishman who may be undefeated, but doesn't have. Who's of lower standing than his last opponent? Like, what
at least he's staying active, you know. I mean, I'll give him that. At least, you know, he's keeping him active.
Well, yeah, that's Eddie will keep you active, yeah. But like in some situations, it's a good thing. Some situations, it's a bad thing. Like with Andre, it was a good thing until you couldn't really get him the fight he wanted, because you know Andre was kind of bouncing back and forth before he signed the Matchroom, you know. And then, but now you have this fight. It's like, yeah, you got to give him a better fight. Like, you know, there's people want to put their foot in Berlanga's ass. Eddie gotta let that shit happen.
I was looking at Berlanga, a couple of Twitter posts, and the first comments below are saying, "Oh, hit up for Munguia." Like, it seems like fans want him to see fight Munguia,
and it should probably happen. Like, fuck it, make that fight. Like, Munguia gets to take a 0, and because I mean, fun things too. That if Munguia ever fought Berlanga, it would actually, it actually might raise his profile. Because it's like, okay, Munguia got rid of a pretender. Okay, now bring on a Canelo or some shit. And because like I said, Berlanga is not what he's cracked up to be. But it's like, you can't. But if he's fighting someone like this, it's like, yeah, you got to. You got to go ahead and make a Munguia fight. The funny thing is too is like Eddie has put out shoulder programming for this fight too, like a good amount, which is weird. So it's like, he's dedicated to getting this guy over, but yeah, no, that's that's at normal time, but I think it starts at like 7:30 or 8 o'clock or something like that. There. And then, of course, you got Top Rank with their triple header. That's at 4 o'clock in the morning in Japan. And it's annoying because that's actually the better card. But again, it's like, it's Japan. Japan doesn't necessarily, they're like Australia. Like, yeah, we'll have our cards at this particular time, and y'all just gonna have to rock with it. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, and they have a better card. You have Junto Nakatani, facing Alexander Santiago for the bantamweight title. Santiago's coming off that win against Donaire, and Nakatani's coming off the KO of the year against Andrew Maloney. And and like I said, that's a great fucking fight. And then you have Monster's brother Takuma, with his bantamweight belt facing Joran Ancajas, and he's coming off a couple ass whoopings he's gotten on PBC television, but he still wants to get himself another title.
Getting another title shot's kind of crazy, but
yeah, it really is though. But Monster's brother doesn't have Monster's power or skill set for that matter. He's just
vacant, huh? Is it for a vacant?
No. Monster's brother is an actual champion.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, no, he holds.
I think Monster's brother's decent. He's improved, but he's one of those guys where, in order for him to win fights, he's always got to do more than the other guy. He always has to be at his best, his A game.
Right.
He doesn't have that one deciding factor where he can coast, or he'll always he's always fastest, or he's always he has to work for everything. But the fact that he actually became a champion is still cool, though.
Because obviously, it's always good to see. I mean, some brothers, Marcellus Wilder, they don't become anything, bro. Like, they stay in the shadow and they accuse their big brother of doing horrible things.
I mean, but I don't know. That sounded mad real, though.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Honestly, I believe it too. I believe.
That's what I'm saying. I believe it, because the way you were saying it, I was like, all you guys go back to is the damn when fucking his brother wanted to debut that fucking cruiserweight. Wilder came out talking about he think he might come down the cruiserweight and win a belt there. If you say some shit like that, nigga, you'll go after your brother's leftovers or go after his chicks and all that shit.
You pulled Lino Brown on G Money, huh?
Yo,
and it's like, you married, nigga, and you got a baddie. So it's like, damn, bro, that's just kind of weak.
Yeah, it's funny things too, because I remember the first person to knock out Marcellus Wilder, it wasn't televised. But apparently, dude gave an interview, and he was like, Wilder and Deontay was like, gave him respect for knocking his brother out instead of being pissed.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, Wilder, really? Meanwhile, this nigga want Floyd to respect him, bro.
Yeah, he's like, please, Floyd, please, I'm your successor for boxing and black heavyweights and black fighters in general. And you don't move like that.
You took it to a welterweight, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Like that shit is fucking, that shit will never sit right with me. Like how he did that. It's the heavyweight champion should never pander to a fucking welterweight. Like that should it never happened before.
Yeah. I can't imagine Mike Tyson asking the guy at the front of the club, like, "Yo, man, can I get in? I heard Sugar Ray Leonard's in there. I gotta meet him." Or like, what?
I mean, Floyd basically, I would say runs PBC, but he's, kind of, made PBC in a sense, So.
No, but see, there's a difference. Whereas, when Joshua,
we talking about boxing, not companies, though, man.
Yeah, but there's a difference though. When Joshua is in Floyd's presence, you can tell Joshua is the alpha in that situation, not Floyd. Like you can tell like the whole because you can tell
because that UK situation that viral UK shit.
Yeah, and like, you can tell
that is the vibe you get though.
Yeah.
All these niggas, they look at each other as like you can tell Joshua like he either sees Floyd as an equal or he looks at him like as a welterweight. He doesn't look at him in awe like that. Like, right. Nigga, you a heavyweight.
And truthfully, I don't think and that's why like when Floyd's around other legendary fighters, they don't look. You can tell like the whole vibe. They don't look at Floyd like that. Like Tyson, Tyson is probably in more pictures with Floyd than any other fighter. And Tyson, pretty much is on some. Always tries to like make Floyd flinch and shit like that. Like that's the energy that you're supposed to. That's the energy you're supposed to have. Like when you're a heavyweight.
There's pictures of Tyson and Floyd. They were young. When Floyd was coming up. So.
Yeah, so it's just like like they don't care what Floyd does. Like they respect his skill.
Yeah, I think be trying to punk Floyd. Meanwhile, him and Zab be taking pictures. They be looking like the bestest of friends and shit.
Exactly.
Brooklyn.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the whole vibe too. But like I said, that's that's a different vibe. But at least Monsters Brothers actually doing something for himself though. So. I know because I know me and people were talking about this earlier, and because that's coming out at the same time as WWE at 4:00 in the morning. I'm like, yeah, I might just watch that when I actually wake up, unless I have an incident where I wake up at 4:30. I'm like, oh, okay, might as well turn on the ESPN Plus and watch this, But I mean, that is pretty much your boxing for that, for next weekend or whatever. You just pray for some upsets.
You mean this weekend?
Huh?
You mean this weekend?
Oh yeah, this coming weekend, right. Yeah.
I mean, y'all don't give no chance for the Irish McCrory guy, McCrory?
No. Actually, you know what? Let me go check his odds. Let me go check his odds.
Berlanga isn't, I mean, he's not a terrible boxer. He's just not, he's basic. I mean, he's basic. He's not like,
for some reason, McCrory is a plus 310 underdog. I don't think he'd be a lot higher if he was that much of a underdog.
168 is kind of stacked. It's hard to say Berlanga's top 10 in that division.
I mean,
is 168 really stacked though?
I mean, yeah, they got.
It is. If it's name the top 10 best fighters.
Canelo, Benavidez, Morrell, Plant. That's 4.
Nigga, Canelo the champ. We not naming Canelo, nigga.
What? He's in 168. Okay, fine.
Dude, he the champ. We don't care about Canelo. Canelo not even fighting the niggas there. Like, don't even name Canelo.
Okay. The dude Canelo won't fight. David Benavidez, David Morrell, Plant, probably Mbili's up there. Munguia.
That's 5.
Oh shit.
I know, right?
Oh, well, the dude Pacheco's nice. But Pacheco's pretty good. I think Pacheco's up there.
That's 6.
Shishkin. There's the guy, the Canadian guy, Bazinian.
I didn't give you one, so I mean, damn.
But there's that Canadian guy, Bazinian, who they should fight. And Billy should fight him since they're on Top Rank together in Canada.
I mean, this ain't screaming stacked. This is screaming like.
Okay, it's top heavy. Okay, the top 5 is pretty good.
Dude, 140 is stacked, nigga. This is more like snacks.
I'll say 168 is one of the stronger divisions in boxing right now. That's all. I'm just saying, it's not the strongest, but I'm saying it's not
168, one of the stronger, like.
I mean, there's 140.
Dude, the heavyweight's better than 168.
Okay, 168 is probably a top 3 or 4 division. I feel like. Maybe I'm wrong.
Top 3 or 4. Okay, hold on. Is it better than 154?
Right now, yeah.
Really?
Right now,
I'm just amazed at the fact that McCrory is not as big as underdog on these odds as I thought he should be. Like 640 for a KO win for him, or 680 for a decision. Like these should be a lot higher. Like they must not the people that they must not think odds makers must not think too highly of Berlanga. Like Berlanga has a plus 106 for decision and a plus 224 KO. Like that's actually apparently I must be missing something because McCrory doesn't look all that crazy to me. I watched one of his fights, but these odds are kind of crazy. They should be much higher.
Well, hold on.
Maybe they still
Let me
meet
ask
on,
you real quick,
bro.
LB, what's the better division to you, 168 or lightweight, 135?
Lightweight.
What
You talking about 135?
What do you think, Patter P? What's the stronger division?
Lightweight for now. 168 is kind of in a standstill right now. It's like
Yeah.
Because not a lot of significant fights are happening at 168, whereas 135, where at least we're getting some. 168, we're getting none.
Yeah, what's the last significant fight we've had at 168? Like what? Benavidez is the only one who's been making significant fights at 168.
Yeah, Benavidez is probably the only one, and that was a.
But I give you Andre too. That was significant because that was Andre's real fight.
Munguia had an accidental fight of the year with what's his name?
And Billy and Gangara. Well, Gangara's not real.
No, I'm saying what was his fucking name? Who Munguia?
Durianchenko.
Yeah, Munguia Durianchenko last year.
But the thing is, though, Durianchenko was not even a top 168 fighter.
That's the problem. See, that's what I was about to say. Because look at it. Think about this. Out of the 3 notable 168 fights, 2 of those fights included guys who campaigned at 154 and 160.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know about 168 right now. There ain't no goddamn top 3 division.
Yeah, Benavidez' plant was the only significant 168 fight because it had to happen.
With 2 actual 168, with 2 real super middleweights,
2 champions,
Yeah, everything else was just also like, yeah, this is a good little fight for the division, yeah. But it is not okay. So yeah, even we giving you 3 fights, come on, compare that to lightweight.
I'm pretty high on Morel, so I think that Morel, Benavidez, Canelo. I'm going to count Canelo. He's in division. That's a high top 3. Pacheco and Billy. That's a pretty strong fight.
But yeah, it's a strong, but they have to.
This nigga, I'm gonna count Canelo. It's like usually we don't count the undisputed champion, like. When they have the ring rankings, or whatever rankings, you know who the champ is, but they got the top 10 there, right?
Well, no, you have a top 9. I mean, I don't know. I feel like every ranking has a champion first, and then the other 9, right? Most of the rankings.
It's the other 10, nigga. It ain't no top 9.
What I'm saying is, the champion is always going to be number 1 usually on most rankings, and there's 9 other guys.
The champion is the champion. The champion ain't number 1.
Yes, he is. What do you mean?
Champion's the champion.
He's number 1 then.
Then who's the number 1 contender?
Benavidez, clearly.
Then he's number 1.
He's number 2. How's he number 1? Some people think he's number 1, but he's not number 1. You don't have
Dude, the champ is always the champ. But then you have the number 1 contender.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Like the champ can't be number 1 too. Like
the champ has to be number 1. What number is he? 0? What do you mean? I mean he's number 1.
He's the champ. He is no number. Okay, he's 0.
We talk about the top guy in every division, right? That's the number 1 guy in the division. So I mean, are we talking semantics or what? I'm just saying.
No, we're just pick the top 10 guys. If a nigga's the undisputed champion. Like there's no fucking way. Like how the fuck would he be number 1? Like you try to get number 1 so you can fight the champion. Hold on, maybe. Pat, am I saying some gibberish?
No, you're not.
I think we're just arguing semantics. It's the same shit, different things.
It's not even semantics. One is right, one is wrong, nigga.
You asked me who's the top 10 guys at 168. I gave you never mind. Just forget it. Just drop it. It's all.
No, but you first of all, you ain't even give me top 10. You gave me like 8, and I gave you one of them. So you really gave me
don't have a
7.
strong top 10 though. Most of them don't have a strong top 10. You know what I mean? So.
I mean, you can't say that, and you talking about something top 3.
Besides 140, there's no division that has a strong a strong 10 really, or 9, however you want to say it.
Yeah, they say besides 140. You're trying to compare it to 140. Then he's trying to add the damn.
No, I never said it was better than 140 though. I'm just saying it's one of the stronger divisions. It's stronger than welterweight, stronger than middleweight. Probably stronger than 175.
It's at the same standstill as welterweight.
Yeah, there's no motion because Canelo's holding it up, avoiding Benavidez. We know that.
Yeah,
the champion won't fight the number 1 guy.
But he'll fight guys that
nobody would care if Canelo wasn't fighting the number 2 guy. Dude, this nigga's probably like, yo, this motherfucker LB said like, yo, nah, you gotta see my face on this nigga. That nigga the champion. He ain't no motherfucking number 1. You know what? We gonna take a page out of your book. Maybe if we call this nigga number 1, he'll fight number 2. So fuck it. We ain't gonna call. You right. Nah, you right. Canelo ain't champion no more. He's regulated to number 1. He got to earn champion again because Benavidez is keeping that division alive. So yeah.
Yeah. Facts.
So what else we got to talk about? That's it,
that's pretty much about it, yo. We can wrap up. And here, Henny got Rome will be on Thursday for the music shit. We're doing. So yeah, LB, did you say that already or not? Or did I have to scroll?
Yeah, I told him. I said that.
Oh, okay, yeah. Rome will be in there. With his doing his thing or whatever. But yeah, no. So we can wrap up. We can wrap up and get up out of here for some final thoughts.
Okay. I was gonna say my final thoughts, nigga.
Oh, okay. Shuttleworth, man, your final thoughts.
So I've been fucking with House of Ninjas.
Dope show, by the way.
I'm just starting the 4th episode. It's cool. Like, it's not really blowing me away. Pause. Like I thought it would. Like.
It's a different vibe. I think, but
you don't know what they want to be. Like the episode 3 was kind of boring. Like the story, bless you. It's like the story not hitting like that, and then it's like the music is so quirky, goofy, like it's just. You don't know what they want to be. Like sometimes it'll come off mad serious, and you're like, oh shit, like yeah, some shit about to go down. Then other times it'll just be like, boom, like it'll be some goofy shit. Then I'll just be like, I don't know. That's the one with Michelle Yeoh, the Raisin Sun or Sun Raisin, whatever the fuck that was.
Yeah,
I like that because it kind of kept the same. It kind of knew what it wanted to be, like. But this shit, like. Man, I don't know the pacing. Like the episodes be dragging. Like, oh man, like so.
I mean, it like the action.
You finished it?
Yeah, the action it goes between like levels of ninja assassin. Like because the action it's brutal, it's violent as fuck. But then
it is, but it's just the storyline is like hard to connect that shit. Like it's just the story's not interesting enough. For the pace it's working with, for the amount of action it gives you. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm struggling with.
Yeah, and then obviously we'll probably give a little bit more detailed review when LB finishes it. So it's like so many. I think it's 8. It's 8.
But you liked it, like you fuck with it, like you finished it.
I fuck with it, yeah.
God damn, like I'm struggling, like jeez, like. Fucking Ninja Kamui, like that shit raw as fuck though. Like a lot of ninja
I just watched. I watched the newest episode before we did this shit. That shit is next. Like
so far, Ninja Kamui over Ninja House of Ninjas definitely like. Ninja Kamui
is a dark fucking cartoon, bro. Like it is.
Y'all niggas you need something to watch. Ninja Kamui right now. It's the best anime out right now. Like it's like
serious.
Yes, like the animation level is like Jujutsu Kaisen, but you actually give a damn about the story and the characters and what's going on. You're not just watching it for fights and shit.
Yeah, honestly, honestly, the story is a gem. So like, if you don't understand the background of that shit, well, understand it. Like you'll like, yeah, that shit is serious.
That shit's serious. Like I fucks with that. I started watching Tokyo Vice again. I saw the first 3 episodes, and I ain't gonna lie, that bitch is hitting.
Yeah.
It picked up from the last season, and it ain't really missing yet. Like, I was more into Tokyo Vice than House of Ninjas. Because, like, after House of Ninjas, the first episode, it kind of just dropped. But then episode 2 kind of kept it going. But then episode 3 just was like, oh, come on. Like, but Tokyo Vice, like, them niggas is mad grimy. Them Yakuza niggas, and it felt its foot. I mean, I like the first, because I know it was a slow burn for you for the first season. It was a little bit of a slow burn. It was a slow burn for a lot of niggas that first season. I'm just not somebody coming out of nowhere. It was a slow burn. It didn't feel like it knew, like, it didn't find its niche until like maybe the 4th episode or so. But it was clicking. And remember, it was bringing in too many different elements it didn't want to focus on. Like, no one cares about this cracker bitch in damn Japan. Like,
right.
Get into the gangster shit, you know.
And once they got into it, the writing kind of leveled like where it needs to be, and shit's quality television. Yeah. Quality.
Because the cop is moving the story, the gangster shit's moving the story. And then the reporter kind of pieces it together somehow. Like,
right.
Like, Sam, she ain't really moving the story like that. But now, the way they put her in there, she's moving the story now. So it kind of works. Like, so this is kind of like, it kind of reminds me of Force Season 2, where you had a mid-season 1 that kind of had potential, and had some gems in it, but it kind of didn't know what it wanted to do. It kind of got its footing later on, but you're still kind of like, okay. But then season 2 just comes and just turns that motherfucker around. Like, season 2 busting.
Right, yeah.
And they ain't even get gangster yet. So that tells you the level it's on. Like, so yeah, but other than that, ain't no other new, can't think of nothing else, another show or nothing else. But yeah, I just had to speak on that. The new shit niggas is on. Just looking forward to more boxing. This boxing this year kind of starting off kind of mid, yo. It just shows me how much PBC run the sport. Cause man, like, when you don't have a lot of PBC fights on the horizon, it just, niggas just regurgitate topics and shit. So
same thing all the time. It's alarming.
Yeah. That's on Twitter. Like, well,
yeah, but it's alarming.
Twitter and YouTube, all these niggas, man. Remember, we only one ring gang. There's not a lot of niggas ain't on it like us, where they'll give you a bunch of other shit from the sport too. Like,
we're just used to PBC dropping, schedule for the first, few months, but like only one card, and it's already almost March. Nigga.
Yeah, like we kind of spoiled.
The PBC on Prime is not looking promising. They haven't ran one. I mean, have they had any shoulder programming at all for the Zoom, the Thurman Zoo shit?
Nope.
Fucking, you're seeing Keith on Twitter now, finally getting busy on Twitter again, promoting the shit.
Oh yeah, no, Keith's promoting his ass off. But yeah, there's no.
The only nigga I know promoting something harder than that is fucking Hugh Jackman for the Wolverine Deadpool. Like,
yeah,
that nigga promoting that shit hard. Like, damn, nigga, you promoting harder than the nigga I thought was done with that shit. So like, alright, but yeah, ain't really much got to say. More fly shit on the way. Music episode gonna be dope. Stay tuned for that. Another playlist battle with King P versus Rome, Chi-Town versus the Boogie Down Bronx. So we see what happens if it's Uptown versus Chi-Town, whatever the fuck they say. But we looking forward to that. Got more videos, more shorts, more training vids on the way. Like you already know, like I'm gonna give you some swimming without getting wet or some mitt work, something. Like I might even toss up some basketball clips up there a little bit. I mean, who knows? But stay tuned. Just make sure you following all of us and tweet, reshare, like, comment, subscribe, all that shit, so we can get these 2,000 subscribers. I know y'all tired of looking at 190 or 189 or whatever the fuck it is at now. So let's keep these pewters putin' and let's get it.
We're Pilot. Your final thoughts?
Who's the best? Hawk Nas and Big ain't no best. I don't know. I'm here. Ring Gang Radio, you know what it is. Shorter episode. Boxing's a little slow. Top Rank and, Eddie and Oscar are kind of, holding it down. But we need some big fights, man. And PBC got Bud, Canelo, and, Spence, I guess, and then Tank.
They're not fighting.
Nobody's mixing it up. No Tank Day yet. It's like... but
who David Benavidez is supposed to fight next? I'm sorry, like
I have no idea, dog.
Is he another big name in PBC? So that's why I was like, oh shit.
He should be fighting Canelo, but I don't know. Canelo doesn't want to fight.
He doesn't have a scheduled fight either. Like no one, like PBC has fighters that don't have fight dates yet for whatever reason.
I feel like they dropped the ball with the second network. Something how fell through because the guys are so inactive. Like it's just kind of crazy. But yeah, we still love this boxing, so we'll be talking about it every week. We'll be back Thursday. Ring Gang Radio.
Word. P, what about you? No, let's wrap this shit up.
No, I'm, shout out to Top Rank, you know what I'm saying, for having your boy at the card, you know what I'm saying. Hopefully we do more business, in the future, but that's all I got to say. I had a good 3-day weekend. Back to work tomorrow eventually. But all good. We got more content coming soon. Y'all gonna love it. Ring Gang Radio. You know where to find us at YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, ringgangradio.com. So that's all I got to say. Be easy.
Word. And all I gotta say is shout out to Rakhimov and Nunes. Like I said before, if you haven't seen their fight, go ahead and fucking see it, because that was like I said, caveman slugfest. With Nunes becoming the first man to stop Rakhimov. And Rakhimov faced enough punch. He's faced Cordina. He gave Cordina hell. He gave Jojo Diaz hell. And, Nunes, for whatever reason, caveman. But, yeah, even he couldn't continue to take those punches that they were throwing at each other. And he was the first one to
KO. I think Sugar Nunes always wins her by KO. He got one loss, but always wins her by KO.
Yeah.
But Nunes applied, steady, pressure. He never, and he was hurt a couple times in that fight, but one thing is, he never really whenever it was his time to go at it, he went at it hard. Like, nobody else really, had those extended moments that dude had against Rakhimov like that. Even when JoJo would fire off, he never really would just, dude, Eduardo was really going at it with. Because the last couple of rounds, I'm like, yeah, he could stop this dude. And dude was still fighting hard, but yeah, a great ass fucking fight.
Real quick before we go, did y'all watch the Kirill Nanshinga? I was watching on my laptop.
I was actually good. I
gotta see that. Was it good?
Yeah,
it was a phone booth, rough and rugged fight.
Because I was talking to shout out to my man Mal about this, because he was raving to me about the body punching in that fight because it was vicious. And I was like, yeah, because he wanted me to recommend a more body punching classic.
It was uppercut season.
Yeah, it was. Nanshinga Kirill 2 was a hell of a fight.
They should run that back. A trilogy eventually would be cool.
Yeah, I was glad that I bet the KO on that, because when I hit the KO, I was like, please give me Foster, just please not Nova out so I can get this money. It's like, because I hit all these. I said KO. And those were plus 400 KOs. I was like, damn it! I needed just Foster. I need you to hold me down, brother. Please. If I meet you, I'm gonna show him that screenshot. I'm gonna tell him you cost me some money, bruh. It's like I need you to get Nova the fuck up out of there. because I bet the count. And Nashinga was losing that fight too because he was getting lit up so much to the body. But he turned that shit around. It's going to come from behind KO. They had this dude like gone. Like that shit was fire. That was a fire fight. Again, fully recommend those 2 fights. Like like I said, you get your good fights when you get them. You just wish they were obviously on more they're flyweight, so they are on their biggest stage possible. But that Nunes,
is it safe to say that was the best week of boxing that didn't take place on a Saturday?
Probably, yeah. Like it really was because
there was Pro Box too. I mean, I kind of tuned out of that one because there was Pro Box on at the same time, but it was like, yeah.
In that Pro Box card, I watched some of it. I didn't watch all of it because I was a little bit busy. But that Pro Box card was fire too. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it was Friday actually held there. Now, I mean, obviously because Saturday was supposed to be Fury Usyk, but Friday was there was a lot of good boxing.
There was some fades was faded. Hold on. Blazing Killer UFC gonna take over, man. But don't let us get Android back in here.
Yeah.
Chill with all that UFC gonna take over.
Like I said, I like MMA, but UFC, the organization it's horseshit.
Ever since UFC got a stranglehold of the monopoly of MMA, it's kind of
Yeah, but like I said though, Dana is I mean, obviously Dana's now trying to pop up in it because all the stars that he had are they're either left or they want to box now because they see
there's not enough money and you get injured too easily in damn UFC and MMA, whereas boxing, more money, less type of injuries. Like no one wants to get in an injury that keeps them sidelined for 8 months, and then when you finally fight, you're taking home $25K on a stacked UFC card, pay-per-view. Like what the fuck?
Yeah. I mean, Nagano's literally getting his. Real quick, I would mention because the Nagano fight's coming up. His trainer had an interview where he's talking about after the Fury fight that he basically got his biggest. Nagano paid him the most he ever made. As a side trainer, and this is his main UFC trainer. Saying that. And I mean, when Nagano was champion heavyweight, like he was supposedly borrowing money from the camp and shit. Like they treat their those guys like shit.
Yeah, and that's terrible. Like I mean, he was getting paid maybe at most maybe $500,600,000. Which
think about this, like you can have a boxing trainer could low key become rich in boxing.
Yeah,
or at least successful enough where they could own their own gym. You're not gonna get no fucking Freddie Roaches in no motherfucking UFC.
Right.
Nobody's gonna become a millionaire or a thousandaire or a guy who could run legit, run facilities as his own. You know what I mean? And they don't make the type of money the coaches don't make. The fighters don't make shit. Goddamn what a coach's trainer ain't making shit.
See, if Dana actually paid his fighters right, then I could say that then UFC could probably say, "Hey, we're making a run." And I like UFC, I like MMA, but like I said, Dana.
I watch the cards, but
yeah, it's Dana's business practices that's fucking up his reputation and fucking up buzz, and that's why Ngannou right now he earned $10 million for Fury, and he's earning like 20-something million for Joshua. Like, and he's pretty much surpassed his career earnings in MMA. With two boxing fights.
I feel like heavyweight's the one division where MMA guy can wrestle.
Oh my bad. No, say it.
I was gonna say Nagano is in a lucky situation because I feel like MMA guys going to boxing never really works, but a heavyweight there's like the one division where maybe they have a better chance, right?
And Nagano was just better than we thought he was, and Fury was just more garbage than we thought he was.
Yeah.
So it kind of evens out, but like damn, I guess the one little point I was trying to make was you talked about the trainers and shit ain't really. Yo, this is what I was gonna say. See what's happening now, which is real bad for UFC. You're getting a whole generation of younger guys who are realizing that company don't really pay shit, and they're seeing their legends lose to a YouTuber. And they're making exorbitant amounts of money.
Right.
So you got the 12-year-olds and 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds. They're looking more at boxing than they are UFC and all that other shit.
And plus, like UFC, like real quick, the last part. I feel like about 7-8 years ago, UFC was kind of, their stars were kind of, they had a little run. UFC, I'd say, popularity wise.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm saying, like, to be honest, I mean, for a few years in the mid 2010s, UFC kind of was more popular than boxing, right? I mean, honestly, a bigger.
At least it was marketed that way, but it did feel like boxing and UFC were both up there at the same time. Like, when I say at the same time, because whenever boxing would have a super fight, nothing supersedes it. But then that's not happening. UFC was having events and they had stars. So yeah, I definitely could see that. Yeah, but that hasn't been the case in like maybe 6-7 years.
Like Nate Diaz is literally has a Edgar Berlanga record getting paraded as a star. You know what I'm saying? It's a legend. Like, I'm just saying, never won a championship in UFC. There's levels, man. That's all.
Yeah, and he got a Jake Paul fight too. Like, it's like
yeah. But he's living over there and all that shit. But at the end of the day, where he had to go to get paid.
Yeah.
Like, and his name ain't even ringing. Like, dude, like, honestly, after Khabib retired, and what's his name, and
Conor,
the UFC ain't really got nobody else after that.
Silver retired, John Jones.
Like, what Masvidal, he ain't on it like that no more. Fucking what's his name?
Masvidal looks like he's been eating good too.
Like, yeah, you saw the picture.
Yeah.
But I'm saying John Jones could have been, but he's a fuck up kind of.
Well, he's a fuck up, yeah.
Yeah, and he had his time too. So it's like they're at a moment where they don't have no new stars. And boxing, the only thing keeping UFC alive is them damn games. Let's be honest.
The fan base. I mean,
the fan, because the marketing, and it's just the marketing, and they're getting the new game every year. Where boxing is bigger than ever with no fucking dude. Remember, the last new boxing game we had was like 2 systems ago.
Yeah.
Well, Undisputed, the game on the computer. I heard the career mode sucks.
Nigga, no one gives a fuck about no computer shit, bro.
It never dropped on console. Fuck that shit.
It don't. Yeah, we not counting unless it drop on the console. Yeah, it ain't. The fuck. That shit don't count unless that shit come out on the console. Nah, that don't count. You just doing some shit on the weekend with your damn computer, nigga.
Yeah, but real quick, the Busy Killer. Only O'Malley is really the only one that kind of has a little bit of a chance. To be honest to me.
Yeah, none of these niggas is riding stars, man. What the fuck?
Bro mentioned Charles Oliveira. He's kind of washed already. But all right, whatever.
That's like us mentioning Ray Oliveira.
But yeah, no.
Oh man, I'm sorry, man. Let's go, nigga. We start having fun at the end, nigga. Like, yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, I mean, UFC is like I said. I mean, UFC is cool, but like I said, Dana fucked up his promotion because now because now his stars that came up, they're leaving to go box and they're making the money. Or in Conor's case, Conor is running up and he's now in movies with Jake Gyllenhaal on Amazon Prime. I'm pretty sure making cheddar too. So it's like, oh yeah, that comes out soon, doesn't it? Oh yeah.
Yeah. I might have to fuck with that. Yo, we still gotta find this fucking mayhem, yo.
Nigga, I it's a daily thing for me now, bro. It's like, it's like someone saying, oh, it'll be like in there like maybe 5 months or whatever. I was like, nah. If it's on Prime now, someone has to be able to to circumvent.
Yeah, like, yo, niggas is fucking around.
Yeah, I mean, because right now it's on Prime, but you have to pay for it. Well, because eventually, after some time, it will go to Prime. You don't have to pay for it, but it takes some time for Amazon. But usually by then, the ones that are kind of behind the paywall, they usually get, they find the ways to different places. And
yeah, these niggas take too motherfucking long.
Yeah. Usually it only takes like a week.
Yo, and my fucking you still ain't highlighted me with them that Tokyo Revengers too, nigga. Like,
well, I haven't looked at that in a minute though. I mean, that's kind of like that's just my bad. I'll look for it though. But yeah, because I've been more mad because Mayhem's probably pissing me off. I was like, I want to watch Mayhem. Else I'm like, you know,
I thought about Mayhem again because my student the other day when I randomly ran into him at the park and he was saying like, dude, I still ain't found that movie. I'm like, oh shit, you right, nigga. That I was like, yeah, let me ask Pat later because I think we talked about it later. Like, so that because I forgot about it, but he brought it back to my attention like last Monday. So yeah.
Yeah, trust me. When I find that, he'll know about it because we're gonna review it. Because like I said, that trailer looked too fire for us not to.
Dude, them uppercuts. That's what sold us. When that nigga was
yeah.
The uppercuts was clean as shit. The nigga was looking like Joshua on them shit.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah. We come hell or high water, we'll find that damn movie. But
that's the Raging Fire for this year.
Yeah, and I found Raging Fire eventually. It took me some time, but I found it. You know, it was someone from Boxing Twitter that follows us. You know, that kind of enlightened me on how to get to that one. You know, I might need to actually go that route again because who knows, it might be in there. I might need to go.
But at least Mayhem, we only been talking about that for like a month. Like Raging Fire, I know I was pissing you off. I was telling you for like a year, like, so you found that? Yeah, you looked for it. Oh, it's coming soon, bro. 3 more months. It released. Oh, you found it? Like, yo, nigga.
It was an epic
find you on the board, nigga.
Yeah, but we'll find it. But yeah, shout out to everyone that's rocking with us. You know, like you know how it is. We have the website and the YouTube. We're on every other like streaming podcast platform. But yeah, definitely that YouTube. Listen, like, comment, subscribe. Tell your friends we can all be friends because we do the shit for y'all. And yeah, man, you see that strong banner, you know what to do. You have a PayPal. You feel free to donate to our cause or whatever because we do the shit for y'all. So yeah, you know, for myself, you know, Pat Scorpio, the New England representative. For LB Shuttleworth, the God, the GOAT artist, for King People Bodega Pay, and for Conscious Pilot, you know, this has been another wonderful episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. So until next time, peace.
Peace. No, you would not rather watch Sean fucking O'Malley